No godfather, no industry lineage, no silver spoon, just raw talent, relentless hustle, and dreams bigger than Bollywood itself. These 10 superstars walked into Mumbai with nothing but audacity and ambition. And guess what? They didn't just survive the nepotism machine, they made the machine their pets. From Delhi's middle-class neighborhoods to Bangalore's modeling circuits, from Chandigarh's theaters to international beauty pageants, these outsiders proved that in Bollywood's high-stakes game, talent is the ultimate trump card. They faced rejection, ridicule, and every door slammed in their faces, but they kicked those doors down and built their own palaces. This is CelebrAsian, and we're about to celebrate the ultimate underdogs who became overlords. From number 10 to our undisputed champion at number 1, plus some honorable mentions that deserve your respect, let's celebrate the beautiful chaos of talent triumphing over connections. This isn't about participation trophies. This is about warriors who rewrote Bollywood's rulebook. And yes, we've got opinions, facts, and some fun surprises along the way. Starting our countdown at number 10, the absolutely fearless Taapsee Pannu. This Delhi University graduate started in South Indian cinema, came to Bollywood with zero connections, and proceeded to choose every script that star kids would probably burn before reading. Taapsee doesn't just act, she agitates, educates, and dominates. Whether it's taking on stalking culture in Pink, domestic violence in Thappad, or ageism in Sand Ki Aankh, where she played a 60-year-old sharpshooter at 32, she's consistently picked roles that make people uncomfortable and spark real conversations. What's hilarious is when Kangana Ranaut called her a B-grade actress and Nepo gang supporter. Taapsee's response was basically, "Cool story, I'll just keep collecting awards and doing meaningful work." And she absolutely did. The woman maintains an Excel sheet of all her rejections. It's apparently longer than most Nepo kids' total auditions. Fun fact, Taapsee was a software engineer before modeling and acting. She literally debugged code before she debugged Bollywood's problematic scripts. Also, she's so unbothered by trolls that she once said, "I'm not here to make everyone happy, I'm here to make good films." That's the outsider energy we're celebrating today. Number 9 celebrates Ayushmann Khurrana, the Chandigarh boy who literally won MTV Roadies, became a VJ and radio jockey, and then looked at Bollywood's safe romantic formulas and said, "Nah, let me debut as a sperm donor instead." That's not a career strategy, that's a revolution. Ayushmann has basically made a career out of films that make conservative uncles choke on their chai. Sperm donation, erectile dysfunction, premature balding, homosexuality, caste discrimination. He's tackled every taboo topic with such charm and humor that audiences actually paid to get educated and entertained. What's brilliant about Ayushmann's strategy is that he disguises social commentary as pure entertainment. People think they're watching a comedy about a bald guy, and suddenly they're learning about beauty standards and self-acceptance. That's genius-level filmmaking. But here's what makes him fascinating. Ayushmann is a trained vocalist who composed Pani Da Rang in 2003, way before his Bollywood debut. He's also a published poet who writes in Hindi. The man was literally creating content before content creation was even a thing. Fun fact, he was rejected from Indian Idol, but became a superstar anyway. Take that, reality show judges! Number 8 is the most controversial entry on this list, Katrina Kaif. And before the comments explode, hear us out. Yes, Salman Khan opened massive doors, and yes, her early acting made cardboard look expressive, but, and this is important, she's British-born with literally zero Bollywood family connections. Let's be brutally honest, Katrina's early performances were, well, charmingly wooden, is being kind. Her Hindi pronunciation made audiences wonder if subtitles would help in a Hindi film. But here's what separates her from other pretty faces. She actually worked on herself instead of coasting on looks. Katrina enrolled in acting workshops, hired dialogue coaches, took dance training seriously, and transformed from a model into a performer. Her dedication and genuine improvement shocked many critics who'd written her off as just a pretty face. Love her or not, numbers don't lie. Katrina has more 100 crore films than several talented actors combined. She's survived 2 decades in an industry that discards actresses after 5 years. That requires more than connections. It requires reinvention, dedication, and understanding your strengths. Fun fact, Katrina's real name is Katrina Turcotte, and she has 7 siblings. Another fun fact, she's terrified of water, but did all her underwater stunts in Tiger Zinda Hai. The woman faces her fears literally on camera. Also, she owns a successful beauty brand because apparently conquering Bollywood wasn't enough. Number 7 is the supremely gifted Rajkummar Rao, the Gurgaon boy who literally had 18 rupees in his bank account during his struggling days and is now the actor every serious director speed dials when they need someone to actually act. Rajkummar's story is what happens when pure talent meets relentless dedication and zero safety net. This man lived in a room with multiple aspiring actors, survived on whatever his pockets allowed, gave countless auditions, and never once thought, let me call a producer uncle. Because he didn't have one to call. What makes Rajkummar extraordinary is his chameleon-like range. Intense biographical dramas like Shahid, quirky political satires like Newton, psychological thrillers like Trapped, romantic dramas like Bareli Ki Barfi, and biographical films like Shrikant. Name a genre and he's probably mastered it. The level of preparation is insane. For Shahid, he met the real Shahid Azmi's family, attended actual court proceedings, studied the Quran to understand his character's faith-driven motivation. For Trapped, he genuinely starved himself to look authentically malnourished. For Shrikant, he spent weeks understanding blindness and living with visual impairment. Fun fact, Rajkummar changed his name's spelling from Kumar to Kumar with 2 M's based on numerology to bring luck. Well, it worked! Another fun fact, he was so broke during struggles that he'd walk hours to save bus fare for auditions. Now, he walks red carpets globally. That's the ultimate glow-up. At the halfway mark, we have Kartik Aaryan, the Gwalior doctor's son, who looked at his engineering degree and thought, you know what? I'd rather live with 12 strangers in Mumbai, cook for rent, and chase an impossible dream. His parents thought he was studying engineering, but actually, he was auditioning and making rotis. Kartik's breakthrough wasn't some godfather's phone call. It was a Facebook casting notice for Pyar Ka Panchnama. He auditioned for 6 months, lived in a cramped apartment where cooking was his rent payment, and his big break was delivering a 4-minute monologue that became a cultural phenomenon. What makes Kartik's rise phenomenal is that he built his career entirely on audience love, not industry approval. Trade insiders initially dismissed him as that monologue guy, but Sonu Ke Titu Ki Sweetie proved he could carry a film solo, and Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2 showed he could revive a franchise without Akshay Kumar. Kartik recently opened up about growing up in debt. We weren't poor, but we weren't rich. We were EMI people. We had more debt than income, he revealed. His parents took loans for their medical careers and every expense was calculated. That's why his success feels so satisfying. It's financial security he never experienced. The industry tried to destroy him. He got dropped from multiple big projects, allegedly due to attitude issues or because powerful people wanted him replaced and buried. Instead of crumbling, he delivered Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2, which became one of post-pandemic's biggest hits. That's pure outsider resilience. Convert obstacles into opportunities. Fun fact, Kartik's real surname is Tiwari, but he changed it to Aryan because it sounded more contemporary. Also, he maintains that he never told his parents he was pursuing acting until after signing his first film. Imagine that phone call. Hi mom, dad, remember that engineering degree? Yeah, about that. We're halfway through this celebration of talent over privilege. If you're inspired by these outsider stories, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell because just like these dreamers, we're building something special without waiting for anyone's permission. Number 5 is the most controversial, talented and absolutely uncompromising force of nature, Kangana Ranaut. Love her, hate her, or have complicated feelings about her Twitter activity, you absolutely can't deny that this Himachal girl literally ran away from home at 16, landed in Mumbai with nothing, and became a 4-time national award winner. Kangana's origin story is Bollywood-level dramatic. She defied her conservative family's wishes for arranged marriage at 16, moved to Delhi, joined a modeling agency, did theatre with zero training, and then randomly met Anurag Basu in a cafe who cast her in Gangster. She couldn't even speak proper Hindi, but her raw intensity was undeniable. What makes Kangana legendary is her absolute refusal to play Bollywood's game. She called out nepotism on Karan Johar's own show before it was trendy, and The daddy of nepotism was left red-faced. She exposed industry power dynamics, harassment, and chose scripts where she was the hero, not the hero's decorative accessory. Queen wasn't just a film, it was a cultural movement that changed conversations. It showed Indian women they could travel solo, make mistakes, be messy, find themselves, and still be the hero of their own story. Box office impact aside, that's societal impact that transcends cinema. Now, here's where it gets complicated. Kangana's social media presence is intense. Her political stances are divisive, her Twitter feuds make Game of Thrones seem peaceful, and she's burned more bridges than most people build. But separating art from artist, there's no denying she's one of the finest performers of her generation. Fun fact, Kangana won her first national award at 23 for fashion, becoming one of the youngest winners ever. Another fact, she taught herself English by watching American sitcoms because she couldn't afford language classes. Also, she's directed, produced, and basically does everything because trusting others hasn't worked out great for her. Before we reveal our top 4, we need to give massive respect to some honorable mentions who deserve your attention and prove that talent always finds a way. Anushka Sharma, the Bangalore girl who auditioned for Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi without knowing it was YRF, got cast opposite Shah Rukh Khan, and then became a producer at 25, backing unconventional content like NH10 and Pathal Lok. She didn't just act in Bollywood, she changed how it tells stories. Nawazuddin Siddiqui, from Budana village in UP, this farmer's son lived with 4 roommates during struggles, worked as a watchman, studied at NSD, and became one of India's finest actors. His journey from gangs of Wasepur to sacred games to international cinema proves that raw talent always gets recognized. Vikrant Masse, the Mumbai boy who started in television, spent years doing supporting roles in films, and then absolutely exploded with 12 Fails, inspirational true story. His portrayal of IPS officer Manoj Kumar Sharma wasn't just acting, it was a masterclass in authenticity that made the entire nation stand up and applaud. From Lutera to Chapak to becoming a breakout star in his mid-30s, Vikrant proved it's never too late when you have genuine talent and patience. Kriti Sanon, the Delhi engineering graduate who came to Mumbai with zero connections, modeled, and then systematically built a career through sheer consistency. From Hero Panthi's debut to winning a national award for Mimi, where she played a pregnant surrogate mother, Kriti proved she's more than just a pretty face. She launched her own production house, Blue Butterfly Films, and is now producing content while continuing to deliver hits. That's the outsider's blueprint. Act, succeed, then create opportunities for others. Sushant Singh Rajput, the engineering student from Bihar who quit television's Pavitra Rishta to chase film dreams, worked at coffee shops during struggles and gave us unforgettable performances in Kai Po Che, MS Dhoni and Chichore. His tragic loss reminded us that the industry needs to protect its outsiders better. Siddharth Malhotra, the Delhi boy who modeled, assisted on My Name is Khan, and debuted with Student of the Year, proved that good looks combined with dedication can build a solid career. From Sher Shah's patriotic fervor to diverse roles, he's carved his space. Pankaj Tripathi, the Bihar chef turned actor who struggled for years in small roles before gangs of Wasepur changed everything. His journey proves it's never too late when you have undeniable talent. From Mirzapur to Stree to Sacred Games, he is now one of India's most respected actors. And Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Miss World 1994, who conquered Bollywood, walked Cannes for decades, dabbled in Hollywood, and became a global ambassador for Indian beauty and talent. While she married into the Bachchan family, she built her own empire on merit. And now our number 4 brings us Deepika Padukone, the Bangalore girl who was a national-level badminton player, became a model, landed a dream debut opposite Shah Rukh Khan, and then systematically proved she was far more than just a pretty face with great genes from her celebrity parents. Wait, plot twist? Now, Deepika's father, Prakash Padukone, is a badminton legend, so she had celebrity parents, but, and this is crucial, sports celebrity doesn't translate to Bollywood access. She had zero film industry connections, moved to Mumbai alone, modeled, auditioned, like everyone else, and built her film career from scratch. What separates Deepika from other successful actresses is her strategic career graph. After her successful debut in Om Shanti Om, she could have coasted on glamorous roles. Instead, she chose Cocktail's morally ambiguous character that changed how audiences saw her. Then came Piku, where she proved she could carry a film without conventional heroics. Deepika's range is seriously impressive, from larger-than-life period dramas like Padmavat and Bajirao Mastani to intimate character studies like Piku, from action blockbusters like Pathaan to sensitive portrayals in Chapak. She's proved she can do literally everything. But here's what makes Deepika truly special. In 2015, at the peak of her career, she publicly acknowledged her battle with depression. In an industry that treats mental health as career suicide, she started the Live, Love, Laugh Foundation and normalized seeking help. That's using stardom for actual social good. Fun fact, Deepika was literally studying to be a fashion model when Farah Khan spotted her in a music video and cast her opposite SRK. Another fact, she became the first Indian to unveil the Football World Cup trophy before a final. Also, she's 5'9" and was told she's too tall for Indian films. Well, she made her height her signature. The bronze medal goes to Akshay Kumar, and honestly, if this ranking was purely about work ethic and sheer number of successful reinventions, he'd be number one. This Punjabi army officer's son worked as a waiter and chef in Bangkok and Bangladesh, learned martial arts, came to Mumbai as a model, and became the most consistently working actor in Indian cinema history. Akshay's story is pure, unfiltered hustle. He wasn't blessed with industry connections, a famous surname, or even initial critical acclaim. He was just a guy who could do his own death-defying stunts and decided that if Bollywood wouldn't give him conventional hero roles, he'd create his own action genre. The Khiladi series made him the undisputed action king of the 90s, but what's remarkable is his evolution. From action to comedy mastery with Hera Pheri, from historical epics like Kesari to hard-hitting social dramas like Toilet, Ek Prem Katha and Padman, Akshay has literally done everything except play a damsel in distress. Here's what truly separates Akshay from contemporaries: his legendary discipline. The man wakes up at 4 a.m. religiously, shoots for multiple films simultaneously, doesn't eat anything after 6:30 p.m., doesn't attend late-night parties, maintains peak fitness in his 50s, and still delivers 3 to 4 films yearly. He's basically Bollywood's productivity guru, teaching a masterclass nobody asked for. Yes, he's faced criticism about holding Canadian citizenship while doing patriotic films, and yes, his recent movies have been hit or miss with some questionable script choices. But you don't survive 30 plus years delivering hits across multiple genres on just luck or connections. Fun facts about Khiladi Kumar: his real name is Rajiv Hariom Bhatia. He changed it to Akshay Kumar after seeing a movie character's name because it sounded cooler. That rebrand worked spectacularly well. Also, he does his own stunts even in his 50s because apparently aging is optional for him. Plus, he's the only actor who can make a film about toilet construction entertaining and profitable. The silver medal goes to Priyanka Chopra Jonas, the Bareilly-born army kid who won Miss World at 18, conquered Bollywood despite initial failures, jumped to Hollywood when she hit a ceiling here, became a global icon, married a Jonas brother, and basically told the world, you can be an Indian and international without choosing. Priyanka's journey wasn't a smooth pageant runway. After winning Miss World, her initial films flopped spectacularly. Industry insiders whispered that beauty pageant winners can't act. Then she played the seductive antagonist in Airthraz and silenced everyone by showing she could be sexy, manipulative, and genuinely threatening on screen. What makes PC extraordinary is her absolute refusal to accept limitations. Fashion earned her a national award, proving she could do serious drama. Burfi showcased her range with a specially abled character. Mary Kom proved her dedication to physically demanding transformative roles. And Saath Khoon Maaf showed she'd take risks that would terrify star kids and their careful PR teams. But here's where Priyanka became legendary. She literally created her own path to Hollywood when Bollywood's glass ceiling became claustrophobic. No Indian actress had successfully transitioned like this. She didn't wait for permission or a lucky break. She hired American agents, moved to LA, learned the American entertainment system's intricacies, and forced Hollywood to recognize her talent. In her brutally honest memoir, Unfinished, Priyanka revealed facing discrimination and being actively cornered out of Bollywood films by powerful lobbies who felt threatened. She admitted receiving limited offers and stereotypical roles after a certain point, which pushed her toward Hollywood. What was Bollywood's loss became global cinema's gain. Priyanka represents the modern Indian who doesn't choose between roots and wings. She celebrates both. She did a massive Indian wedding with Nick Jonas, continues selecting Bollywood projects, is a star in Hollywood, runs a production company promoting regional Indian stories, and does UNICEF work. That's not just success, that's legacy building. Fun fact, Priyanka was planning to study engineering before entering Miss India pageant. Also, she's terrified of horses, but has done horse riding for shoots because quitting isn't in her vocabulary. Oh, and she casually shut down racist American talk show hosts with grace and receipts. Queen behavior. And the crown for the ultimate outsider who didn't just conquer Bollywood, but became Bollywood goes to... who else could it possibly be? Shah Rukh Khan, the Delhi boy who lost both parents by his mid-20s, had absolutely zero film connections, started in television when it was considered inferior, and became the most famous Indian person on the entire planet. SRK's story is the ultimate underdog tale that Hollywood screenwriters would reject for being too unrealistic. Born to an army officer father who became a lawyer and died of cancer when Shah Rukh was just 15, and a magistrate mother who died when he was 25, he had nobody to fall back on, no safety net, no plan B, no industry contacts, just audacious, borderline insane ambition. What makes Shah Rukh's rise absolutely legendary is that he strategically took every wrong decision that somehow became revolutionary. He started with television when films were the only respected medium. Then came to Mumbai and chose anti-hero roles in Bazigar and Dar when heroes were supposed to be morally perfect paragons. Those risks paid off spectacularly. Bazigar and Dar established him as an actor who could make audiences root for morally grey characters. Then came DDLJ in 1995, and Shah Rukh didn't just become a romantic hero, he completely redefined what Indian masculinity could look like on screen. Emotional, vulnerable, respectful, yet supremely confident. But SRK didn't stop at acting. He built Red Chillies Entertainment from scratch, co-owns Kolkata Knight Riders, ventures into VFX, and became one of the richest actors globally. He took the outsider's perpetual insecurity about job security and channeled it into building a diversified entertainment empire. Shah Rukh has delivered more blockbusters than most actors have total releases. His success rate in the 1990s was over 80%, and that's not luck. That's understanding audience psychology better than they understand themselves. From Pathaan to Jawan in 2023, he proved that even after a rough patch with failures, genuine talent and audience connection never truly die. What separates SRK from everyone else is his mind. Listen to any interview. The man is sharp, witty, philosophical, and deeply self-aware. He understands storytelling, audience psychology, and market dynamics better than most business schools teach. His wit and natural charisma is so legendary that even his failures become quotable moments. He may not be the best actor, but he definitely is the biggest star. Even in his darkest moment, when his son was arrested in a case that shook his family, Shah Rukh showed what an outsider's strength really means. He stood by his family with quiet dignity, faced the brutal media storm, and came back stronger with Pathaan and Jawan, two of the biggest blockbusters in Indian cinema history. Fun facts about the ultimate outsider: SRK wanted to join the Indian Army or play professional hockey before acting. His famous arms spread pose wasn't choreographed. It just became iconic because he kept doing it organically. And he's the only actor with 5 wax statues at Madame Tussauds across different countries. Shah Rukh once said, "It's easy to be a star, but difficult to be a good human being." He's proven that outsiders don't just need talent, they need intelligence, emotional depth, business acumen, resilience, and the ability to stay humble when the world is calling you king. That's why he's number one, and honestly, who else could it be? These 10 legends and our honorable mentions share a common outsider code. They converted rejection into rocket fuel, used criticism as construction material, and transformed every obstacle into a launching pad. They didn't wait for permission to exist in an industry literally designed to exclude them. From Shah Rukh's parents dying young, leaving him alone, to Kartik cooking for rent, from Kangana running away at 16 to Priyanka being stereotyped after Miss World, from Akshay working as a Bangkok waiter to Rajkummar's 18-rupee bank account. These stories prove that talent combined with relentless work ethic can beat any nepotistic advantage. The beautiful irony: many of these outsiders are now more powerful than the industry insiders who initially rejected them. They've built production houses, created opportunities for other outsiders, launched careers, and proved that longevity in Bollywood isn't about who your parents are. It's about what audiences think of you. Every struggling actor in Mumbai today, carrying a portfolio, living in shared accommodation, and facing rejection at auditions, these 10 stars are proof that your dreams aren't delusional. They're just difficult. And difficult is doable. So, which outsider's journey inspired you the most? Do you agree with our rankings, or would you switch things up? Maybe you think someone deserves to be higher or lower? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's celebrate these self-made legends together and keep the conversation respectful and fun. If this countdown reminded you why talent matters more than surnames, why dreams are worth chasing, and why Bollywood still has space for those who dare to dream, hit that like button hard and subscribe to CelebrAsian. Ring that notification bell because we're here creating quality content without waiting for anyone's permission. This is CelebrAsian, where we celebrate talent over bloodlines, dreams over connections, and hustle over heritage. Until next time, remember, in the game of Bollywood, outsiders don't just play to compete. They play to conquer, dominate, and inspire generations. Stay ambitious, stay hungry, and keep dreaming impossible dreams.